Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of The Destined Trader, the strange, the one and only. It's so funny how little old me, a nobody, nothing, no, very low upbringing. I mean, I'm talking bottom of the barrel, and no education, very little basic education, absolutely zero financial literacy. You get to the point where I'm going here, is able to grasp the general idea of the marketplace. It's so funny how I have come to this point. Now, granted, I've been following the markets and I've been trading for like 4 years, a little over 4 years. This is our 4th year, and in the middle of next year will be year number 5. But it's so funny how just over time you finally get that experience behind you. So what does this video sum up, is what I'm trying to say. Whoa. How is this going to help me? It might not. Learning this skill might not help me. It might not. But learning this skill is key to securing any future decisions that I make in the marketplace. Okay? I don't know how to sum that up. I can pass this knowledge on to anybody and everybody. It's never going to change. As long as there's a marketplace, it's here. It's not one cut strategy. It's not this and that. All the marketplace is it is a cesspool of needs and wants. That's it. It is a cesspool of needs and wants. Okay? The smaller the time frame, the more you get the needs. I need price to come here before I can do this. I need price to do that so I can, close my position at a profit. I need price to, get out of this area so I'm not in a drawdown. And then you get to higher time frames and it's a story of wants, Oh, I want Five Below to be worth, $80 a share again. No, you missed that. Why am I making this video today? Because we just got an alert today. Five Below. It had $179 a share today. Why is that important? Think about the past. Look, this is like a year later. Look at the idea we first had for Five Below. We had it coming down and then coming back up. Maybe not all the way to the top of that trend line, but probably like 3/4 of the way up. And then coming back down. And look what it did. It played around for a little bit. We were looking good. And then boom, the tariffs hit. It put us under big time. But the patient hand got paid on Five Below. It got up to $180 a share. So, oh, you're so full of it, man. Really? You're not going to do it. But if you went back and looked at the first video I ever did on Five Below, and the ideas, the follow-up videos where I just kept touching on it, on most likely this is what it's going to do. We've seen this before. The market's just probabilities. You've seen it before. You have a higher probability of it happening again. And there it is. From the time we looked at it, July of 24, all the way till now, December of 25, that's a year and a half. That's 17 months. It took you 17 months. If that day we made that video and Five Below, it was like, whatever it was, $90 a share. And I was saying, oh, this looks great. I'm going to take a buy here. And if you were the irresponsible person to say, oh, well, you know what, that looks pretty good too, I'm going to take a buy. Not based on what I'm thinking, but just based on this guy's goofy video. All this is an open book journal. And now you come 17 months later, and here you are, take profit hit. Okay? Did we get shaken out? Of course we did. But that's why having the conviction to hold your trades is everything. Tariffs did a rocker on this bad boy. But the general consensus is there. We bought low, we sell high. Doubled your money. $90 into $180 today. I don't give a dang if Five Below goes up to $500 a share from here. If I bought at 90 and it's 176 right now this second, please, I'm selling everything. I just doubled my money in one position. Oh, it took 17 months to play out. Man, that's... How can you make money on one trade in a year and a half? Are you putting all your eggs in one trade? You should never do that anyway, is my point. But learning this skill puts us in the position in the future where we are putting more and more capital into the market that we can have an actual diversified portfolio. Do you think, when you start trading, you think that all these diversified portfolio guys, they're full of hot garbage, you need to go all in, on one position so you can maximize your profit. Please. That's not the case, okay? I used to think that way. It's not. You want to be spread out. So if you had 20 of these trades like this and 18 of them didn't pan out, you end up losing 20%. But on the other two, you make 100% and 150%. Just two about brought you back up to break even. So you really want to be spread out. That was kind of a bad analogy, but Five Below, a thing of beauty. Whoa, I don't know how you thought it, because when I'm looking at the stock market, I'm kind of getting a story of what I'm going to be looking for in the future on positions. Number one, I'm coming to the chart and I'm looking for something that's either on sale or at a premium. I don't want it if it's in the middle of a range. So when I identify a lot of pain upwards or a lot of pain downwards, then I'm going to look at the company. And Five Below was it was a lot like Dollar General. It was a simple case of, well, I've actually been to Five Below before. I've been to their stores. They have a pretty good model as far as a consumer can see when you go in there. And they have a lot of good things for sale. And every time I go there, it's pretty busy. So that right there told me, this company could be viable because, I really don't see this store going anywhere anytime soon. And that's a real life example. And then I come back to the chart and I'd be like, wow, it used to be whatever it was in the past, $216 a share. And then when we came and looked at it, it was like $90. It was like, man, why is it so cheap? Why is it on sale? What's going on here? Are they going bankrupt? But then the reality side of me says, no, that store is pretty solid. Something must just be going on with price manipulation. So that's kind of how this whole trade came about. It was technical analysis mixed in with real world knowledge of the company as a consumer. Okay? Which I had that benefit of having been to that store before. So, beautiful trade, beautiful little books. I love everybody. I hope everybody's having a great time. And we will talk to everybody on the next episode. Peace.